Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Wow.
You're all
Thank you for coming to the Bardstown tonight. State Comics of Louisville Emergency Relief Fund's first official show. We're going to benefit a friend of ours who's sitting downstairs right now, Amos Chang. He can't come upstairs, but we'll be able to talk to him after the show. In the meantime, let me bring to the stage your host for the rest of the show, Mr. Rich Reagan.
Keep clapping, people. Let me hear it. What a great night this is. This is so cool. I want to thank all you guys for coming out. It's so great seeing all these Louisville legends around here. Give them a round of applause. They're studs, man. You're going to see a really great show. And give it one more time for Amos. Give him a round of applause. And he's working more than most of these guys right now, too. It's great to be here. I want to take a little poll before we start, folks. As Americans, what do you like better, Coke or Pepsi? Coca-Cola is America's drink, folks. I'll argue with anybody on that. When you go in a restaurant, you're like, hey, can I have a Coke, please? They go, is Coke okay? No, it's not okay. Because the only reason I don't seem to have any on me, so I'll take your half-ass sugar juice and drink. Let's take another poll real quick, because that's what it is. Okay. Crunchy peanut butter or creamy peanut butter? Crunchy peanut butter. I think if you eat creamy peanut butter, you don't move your butt when you're having sex. So you got that crunch on the funk, you know. Mayonnaise or Miracle Whip? Mayonnaise. What kind of mayonnaise? Hellman's mayonnaise. Damn right. No, not Miracle Whip, you rednecks. Miracle Whip is white trash sour cream. That's all it is. Okay, brownies with nuts or without nuts? Actually, the weed decides. Actually, because you don't care. If it's nuts or no nuts, I don't care. It'll just lead you right to it. So this has been an interesting week for me. I've known my whole life. Is that because of the joke or they? Brownie. It's the dude in the back. He just finished his brownie. Isn't it funny now when we were growing up? When we were growing up, somebody offered you a brownie, it was just a brownie. Nowadays, if they go, you want a brownie? You're like, no, I think I do. Are these the way the lights are going to be, I guess? Is that how it's going to be? I didn't know if I should address it or not. Okay, I'll just keep going. Hey, you know what you never hear in a museum? Woo! You'll never hear that in a museum. Ever. That's one thing I don't hear. Okay, this is an interesting week for me. We'll just leave it like that. Just don't touch the button in the back. I think we're good. This is a cool week for me now. Of course, I knew that both my parents smoked my whole life, and you can tell that from the size of my head. My mom smoked. I didn't know she smoked through my whole pregnancy. I found that out yesterday. She's like, I smoked through your whole. Look, it explains a lot. Look, I can almost put my fingers around my whole head. It almost. Look at the side. My 5-year-old's got a bigger head than me. Now, the savings on shampoo and conditioner is worth it alone. But, so I found out that she smoked through the whole thing. She goes, not only did I smoke during your whole pregnancy, son, I smoked during the doctor visits for the pregnancy check. Which means she was in the stirrups smoking cigarettes. Which, if you think about it, it's kind of badass. She's back there, no, Doc, I haven't heard the one about the trombone player and the nun. Fill me in. Find all that crazy stuff out. A lot of comics like to go to strip clubs. I don't like going to strip clubs. I'm not a strip club guy. I'll go if I have to go, if it's a bachelor party or a funeral or something like that. I'll go if I gotta go, but I don't like going to strip clubs. Also, because I always get the ugly stripper. I don't know how it ends up that way, Last time these comics went to the strip club, the first comic, his stripper was Electra. The other comic, his stripper was Destiny. My stripper, Marge Johnson. That was her stage name, man. She looked like Larry the Cable Girl. She was out there wearing jellies. Remember jellies? High-heel jellies. And you can tell she cut the grass in them that day. This is not real cute, is it? So not only that, I got this jacked up haircut the other day. And I'm mad at myself, because when you got a head this small, a bad haircut really shows up, doesn't it? It's my own fault. I've been going to the same barber for 25 years, and he was out of town, so I did something stupid. Something I know better. I went to a brand new place that I've never been before and trusted them with cutting my hair. That's stupid. You don't do that. You send the kids in first. That's what you do. They come out and look jacked up. You don't go in that place. It's a bad place. I should have known. I should have known better. The name of the place was Give It a Week. Should have been paying attention when I noticed this barbershop sold hats. That's a tip right there, dude. That's a Blue's Clue. I got the kids too, man. Got a gorgeous, gorgeous teenage daughter. So I always got these horny, prepubescent boys hanging around my house on the front porch like a bunch of hound dogs. I chased 2 of them off a week all the way down the street. It's cheaper than going to the Y. The little man, he says funny stuff though too. Kids do say the darndest things. I always wanted to say that in front of a crowd like this. Come on in, guys. There he is, my hero. John Hope, right there, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him. He's right here. John Hope, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, I was in the bathroom shaving the other day. My little boy comes in running in there and he goes, "Dad, what's that?" And I look down in the corner and there's 10 little black dots on the ground. I said, "What is that, mouse poop?" And he goes, "No, it's dead ants." I said, "Why is there a bunch of dead ants on the floor there?" So what do you think killed them ants? He said, "Diabetes?" Is that the cutest thing you ever heard in your life? I'm thinking, man, what in your little kid brain would make you think diabetes killed them ants? He goes, "Don't we have an ant with diabetes?" I was like, "Oh shit." Man, you were so incredibly cute. This is cool, man. Yeah, man. He gave me a lot of advice coming up, man. We had a good time. So listen, you guys ready to get this show on the road? Yeah. Ready? Come on, let me hear you about it. Over, Jimmy. Okay, this next guy coming up here is not one of my comedy heroes, but he's a real good friend. He's super funny. One time I booked a show in A-Town. I billed it as the dirtiest show in the world. And we sold the place out, and he absolutely destroyed the place. Now, he's really one of the coolest guys ever. Give it up for my good friend, Mr. Rich Barber, ladies and gentlemen. Rich Barber! Come on, buddy. Rich Reagan's everybody. Thank you. Give it up for Rich. So, I am Rich Barber, not to be confused with Rich Reagan's. We do traveling packs sometimes. You have Prize of Lions, Murders of Crows, and I guess when we travel in packs, it's Embarrassment of Riches. Yeah. This by far is the oldest lineup I have ever been a part of. When one of us dies on stage up here, it could be the real thing, so just brace yourselves. Glad to be here. I'm getting tired of people asking me for things, though, you know? It's like every day somebody's asking me for something. My kids want to be fed every day. My wife wants attention every day. And if that's not enough, you know, like people I don't even know, like somebody asked me to be an organ donor the other day. I was like, no. And they're like, "You don't want to be an organ donor?" No. Can't handle rejection. And then the animal shelter, they called and they asked for a donation. So I gave them a dog. It was my neighbor's dog. The one that keeps humping my leg all the time. I'm like, "Dude, can you get your dog to stop humping my leg? I think he likes me a little bit too much." Hashtag me too. And he's like, "No, it's nothing sexual. He's just trying to establish dominance." I guess that's fine for a dog, but when I try to reestablish dominance, all of a sudden I'm the weirdo.
I like dogs. I like big dogs. I don't like little dogs so much. Like a Chihuahua, you know? Chihuahua was bred down from the mighty wolf for, generations after generations. And I don't even know what these breeders were going after. They're like, yeah, we need a smaller, yappier, really nervous dog with IQ. And then they got bingo, but anyway, I saw this guy walking his Chihuahua out in the park the other day, and he had on one of these retractable leashes, right? And apparently this retractable leash was meant for a bigger dog, because when he pressed the button, it was like, "Burr!" Hey there, puppy! It's like he was fishing for Rottweiler. Which is the right bait for Rottweiler. If you want to catch a pit bull, you use the neighbor kid. So anyway, I try not to get too political in my acts, but here's one thing I will tell you. If you ever find yourself getting beat up by a Republican, here's what you do. You just curl up in a fetal position, and then he'll protect you. I like drinking. I don't normally drink Michelob Ultra, but my wife has me on a diet because I kind of ballooned up there, so I gotta do the low carb things, so I can't have bread, pasta, spaghetti, or I guess that is pasta, none of the good stuff. I can't have that. But the good news is, it's the South Beach diet, so I can have all the dick I want. I do like drinking. I normally would drink a Bud Light instead of a Michelob Ultra, but I had to stop drinking Bud Light because it became too controversial. I don't know if you remember when they had the promotion for the Born On dates, right? So every beer had its Born On date, and that became too controversial. They had to drop the campaign because, liberals considered it beer once it's in the bottle and on the shelves. Conservatives, on the other hand, thought it was like once the barley first touches the hops. And I just say, no matter how, bad it gets, just don't pour it out and waste it. Just drink it. It's okay. I never found God, but I figure if he created the universe, then he knows all the best hiding places, so I don't worry too much about it. I do read the Bible every day, though. Well, I don't read it every day. I've read the whole Bible, though. I think it's pretty cool how everybody could read the same verse in the Bible and get a completely different meaning out of it. For example, there's one story in the Bible where the crowd is gathered around the prostitute, and they're getting ready to throw rocks at her, and Jesus walks up and says, "Hey, wait a minute. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." Now, a lot of people think this is about not passing judgment on others, but I think Jesus just wanted to go first. I am taking first crack at that door right back I like the, somebody told me that I should love my neighbor like I love myself, and I was like, I gotta jack off my neighbor now? That's gonna be kind of embarrassing. I think pot should be legal. It is natural. It grows right out of the ground. God made it. Animals eat it out in nature. They don't smoke it, of course. They can't roll, they don't have thumbs. But the deer eat the marijuana in my dad's fields, which he doesn't know is there. But the deer know it's there, and they go to town on it, which is probably why they sit in the middle of the road at night and stare at their headlights when you're coming straight at them, right? Hey, that could be a Frito-Lay truck, man. I'm kind of hungry. Driving down 64 the other day, and I saw a guy in a Lamborghini, and it was just a beautiful car, and he was with a beautiful woman. And I'm passing him by, because he's not going that fast for some reason, and I realize why, because all of a sudden I see her head disappear over his lap. And my first thought was, we got to get this guy a tax cut. Because he's not just a job creator, he is a blowjob creator. And for too long, we've been sending our blowjobs overseas. They are disappearing for the middle class, and we need to let this guy have all he can get, and maybe sometime it will trickle down on us. Thank you all very much.
It's Rich Barber. Give Rich a huge round of applause, man. That was a brilliant set. My name is Rich Reagans. I'm very excited to be with you folks. Now, my name is Mike Nilsson. I'm one of the producers of the show, and I wanted to just announce real quickly, there is a GoFundMe campaign that we put together for Amos. So if you have a chance, tonight, tomorrow, I don't know how long it stays up there, but it's comedy legend Amos Chang, I think is what we're calling it. So you should definitely go there. Support comedy legend Amos Chang. So that's what we're here for tonight, is to celebrate Amos and also to be able to try to help him out as much as possible. And I also want to recognize some comics that are here tonight that are not on our show but are gracious enough to visit us. Ron Combs is back there. Bernie Levers is back there. Kirk Miller is back there. Brett Soul is recording our show tonight, so this is not only a great show, an entertaining show, but also a great opportunity for some old friends to get together. And you know what they say, what Warren Zevon said is, when he found out he was dying, was enjoy every sandwich. So that's a good message to take with you. It's great to be in the fellowship of other comedians. And right now I'm going to introduce a good friend of mine, a hilarious comic. And he's going to take the stage, and then Rich will take over hosting the rest of the show. How about it for my friend Mike Chandler? Come on, Mike!
Oh, man, how y'all doing? How about a nice hand for Mike Nilsson? Hey, I love you, Mike. That's how I feel about you, too, man. Rich Reagans, how about a nice hand for him hosting the show tonight? Doing a great job. Richie and I go way back. We started out as open mic 10 time in the late 80s and 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Me and Rich, we really loved each other. We had names for each other. He called me Mikey Mike. I called him Rich Barber. Speaking of Rich Barber, great set tonight. How about a nice hand for Rich? Did he do okay? I just said great set. I wasn't watching. I was downstairs telling everybody how fucking funny I am. So, did Rich do good? Did he have a good set? I don't believe it for a second. But Kentucky did beat Florida yesterday, so it's a strange fucking weekend. Kentucky beats Florida. Rich Barber has a good set. Fuck yeah! Hell yeah! So it's great to be here. Nice stage, good looking stage. Who the fuck is this guy? My friend Amos. I feel pretty good. I gotta tell you all this. I saved a life on the way here today. I am a lifesaver. Thank you very much. Hell yeah. Here's what happened. I was driving here. This guy was driving in the other direction. I guess he had a heart attack or something because he grabbed his chest and his car swerved and slammed right into my car head on. Turns out I got him breathing again when I punched him in his fucking face. Out of my way, heart attack boy. I got a free comedy show to get to. My friend hurt his back. Out of my way. Hell yeah. But I do feel good. I feel like I look good. Do I look pretty good? Hell yeah. I got this aura about me, don't I? A lot of people call it BO. I call it an aura about me. I feel like I just shaved all my pubic hair off today. I'm not trying to be sexy or anything. I'm just already going bald there. That's what you do, right? I tried everything. I tried growing it real long on one side and combing it over. That just freaks everybody out. I mean everybody. You can ask anybody. I'm drinking beer now. I used to drink whiskey. I had to quit drinking whiskey. Every time I drink whiskey, everybody gets this fucking attitude. I'm waking up with the whole man. What the hell's wrong with this? This is nice shit here. That's some shit Rich Reagan's got for Christmas in 1989 right here. So yeah. Anyway. I was up late partying last night and my foot fell asleep. So I took the Sharpie out and drew dicks all over it. Take that, foot. Stupid fucking foot. Hey man, you ever try to throw a garbage can away? It's like freaking impossible. They keep throwing it back in your yard. And take it, I don't want it. No, you take it. It's a garbage can. I remember when I was in high school, I was on the debate team. I remember one time the debate was about marijuana. And I was on the pro side. And the anti side went first. And they went, pot makes you tired and lazy. And it leads to harder drugs. And then it was my turn and I went, oh, that's what I was going to say. It's a good thing. I should just put this in the mic stand. This is ruining my killer set that's going on tape tonight. Goddamn cheap microphone. How you doing, Mike? Oh, it's not the mic, it's just me. But two mics bitching about a mic. What do you think? I just found this out the other day. My little porno machine also makes telephone calls. Who'd have thunk it? Porn right there in the palm of your hand, man. I remember when you used to have to draw your own porn. I was pretty good at it too. I couldn't even get halfway through a drawing before I lost interest. I can't keep up with any of this new technology anymore. The other day my wife sent me out for a selfie stick. I came home with a dildo. She was talking about. I don't know. Smartphones are making us stupid, aren't they, though? Called smart, but nobody, you don't need to know anything. Why do we even go to school? If I knew there were going to be smartphones, I would have just quit school a long time ago. You don't need it anymore. Smartphones tell us everything we need to know. But it's making you stupid, I'm telling you. Nobody knows anybody's phone number anymore, right? What are you going to do next time you get arrested and you get that one phone call? I'll tell you who I'm calling. Mr. Roof, baby. I know that number. Mr. Roof, all approved. 1-800 phone Mr. Roof. I'm in jail, bitch. Come and get me. Bring some shingles, you silly little bitch. I got a DUI one time. I'm not proud of that. It's kind of embarrassing. But I guess it's not that bad. It happens to a lot of people. But not while you're taking the kids to school. You have no idea what it's like to take the sobriety test in front of 40 laughing children. Look at our bus driver. Oh man, my phone broke the other day. So I had to get my 14-year-old nephew to fix it for me. It kind of sucks that kids know more about smartphones than we do, but he said it had a porn virus from all of it. It's kind of like an STD for your phone. It's like the real deal, man, but he fixed it for me, but you know, he's a kid, so it works good now, except now my phone thinks my name is D's Nuts. In 800 feet, take a right, D's Nuts. God damn it, how did he fucking do that? Hate that kid. He didn't stop there either. Later that night, I pulled up my Facebook and said, your new Facebook post has 72 new likes. I was like, I don't remember putting anything on there. What did I put on there? I pulled up and it had a picture of me and it said, look at my butthole. God damn it, I hate that kid. It's the most likes I've ever had. You guys don't fuck around when you don't like a joke, do you? I was fighting with this guy on Facebook. It's a little embarrassing. I'm not proud of that. But he called me a loser, so I had to fight back. But he spelled it with 2 O's. He called me a loser. So I put, at least I know how to spell loser, loser. So who's the loser now, loser? Then I don't know what he said after that because my phone got cut off. Apparently my loser mom didn't pay the phone bill. Don't you hate when you're trying to watch 2 people have sex and the balls keep hitting you in the teeth? That is no way to treat a wingman. Sex is weird anymore. Millennials are ruining sex, I'll tell you that right now. I was having sex with this younger lady one night. She was like, yeah, choke me. I was like, what? I only choke people that don't want to fuck me. The other night I had a dream about Molly Ringwald. I woke up with a breakfast chub. That was a hell of a dream. I like that dream. I have weird dreams. You ever have one of those dreams that seems real to you, like you find a whole bunch of money or something? Then you wake up and you think you got that money and you're like looking around for it in the bed, checking your jammy pockets. It's never there. That doesn't work. The only time that does work is when it's pee. You ever find yourself peeing in a dream? You better stay asleep because you're taking that shit back to the real world with you. I had a nightmare the other night. This is kind of weird. I dreamed the cops were after me. I was scared shitless. This was like a real nightmare. I was scared for my life. These cops are all chasing me around with their guns. I'm running all scared. And the last thing I remember is they all had me cornered with their guns drawn. And then I just woke up and laughed to myself. Because all I could think about was all those cops sitting there going, where the fuck did that guy go? He was just right here, sir. This is going well. I wish I was out there watching this shit right now. Pretty good. I went to a hypnotist to quit smoking. It didn't work. Guy's a quack. I hate hypnotists. It does not work. Did you know that, Joe? Don't go to a hypnotist. It didn't work. I'm going to tell him about it tomorrow morning when I'm cutting his grass. I don't know why I've been cutting his grass every day since then. Is it good, Mike?
Yeah, it's good now.
Should I start over?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that guy? Oh man, it works so much better now. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to get out of here. I want to do this. I want to close with, this is for Amos. Let's not forget that guy back there. And I always loved one of his jokes, so I'm going to do one of my favorite Amos Chang jokes. You guys want to hear it? Yeah. It's my favorite Amos Chang joke. It's like when I was a cop, I I arrested a guy for being a wife beater. Yeah, he wasn't married or anything. He just went door to door. Lady of the house? All right, that's it. My favorite Amos Chang. God bless you all. Good night.
Keep it going, Mike Chandler, folks. Come on, man. That's awesome. Mike Chandler talking about Mr. Roof. I think you meant Mr. Roofy. That's the kind of places that Mike goes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but I used to, I grew up half my life in the country and half my life in the city, and I'm not afraid to say it. I was a bit of a tomboy growing up. I went to a small special school in the South called Bless His Heart Academy. I'm crazy dyslexic, but I can back a trailer up like a motherfucker. Just like okay, so I want to bring the next guy up here. This is another one of my comedy heroes, guys I've worked with when I was just a pup. Gave me all kinds of great advice. He's the worst driver in the state of Kentucky. He's the worst driver ever. I'm not afraid to say it. But he's cooler than Shark Week. Give it up for Bob Bax, ladies and gentlemen. Bob, come on up, buddy.
Rich Reagan's here. What's Farber? He's on Rich Reagan's his brother. He's on Mike Nielsen. He's on Mike Chandler. Don't let's go ape shit. Oh man, it's true. I'm the worst driver in the fucking state of Kentucky. Matter of fact, I have not been driving for a year. I said they finally just wouldn't let me drive anymore. They said that no. They just and I've been taking the bus, guys. I don't know if you ever take the bus, but you find out some shit when you take the bus. The people who take the bus are, I don't know, there's some bizarre people out there, man. I mean, the Highlands is pretty full of them, but I was waiting for the bus the other day. There's a guy walks up. He's got a big boa constrictor around his neck. And he just went to the shave ice place. So he's got like shave ice, and the snake is licking the shave ice, and it's okay. I'm waiting for the bus, right? You know, and he kind of moves over next to me, and I'm like, man, could you move over? I don't like the way your snake's looking at me. You know? He's like, all right, okay. He goes over, and the bus pulls up, and he tries to get on the bus. You know? And these ladies who they drive those buses, they're like amazing. This lady's like, you can't get on the bus with that. You can't get on the bus with that. And I'm thinking, he's going to go, well, this is my pet. This is my, what do they call it? Service animal. There you go. My seeing eye snake or something, you know. But he didn't do it. He seemed like he was okay with that, you know. Anyway, I don't know what made me bring that up. But the bus drivers are amazing. There was a couple on there the other day fighting with each other in the back. They were just cussing each other out and fighting. And the lady goes, all right, that's it. Everybody off. You two, off the bus. Off the bus. Oh, well, I can't get off the bus. I'm on my way to work. I can't get off the bus. And she's well, all right, honey, you just come up here with me. So he goes up and sits in the front with the bus driver. His wife's or girlfriend or whatever is still bitching at him, yelling at him. He's like, oh, yeah, cussing. Now, honey, you leave him alone. He's up here with me. And then they get off and everybody's cool. I'm thinking, wow, that's a typical day for a bus driver here in Illinois. You people don't realize how crazy the people are out there. But you are in the Highlands, so you should know. People, we're on Bardstown Road. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, Bardstown Road. Where else can you see a guy on a skateboard with a kilt pushing a giant globe on his way to work? That's where you're at, man. We're in the Highlands. You can do anything here. You can do anything here, man. This is exactly right. Well, anyway, what I want to talk about real quick. A couple things. I lost my house in that big storm several years ago. It was the one before Katrina. Let's see, A, B, C, D. Foreclosure. Thank you. Foreclosure. That one was a bastard. Come down the street, might take 8 or 10 houses, leave the rest of them right there. Actually, it didn't hurt my house at all. Just blew all my shit out in the street, and I can't get it back in. Trying to get that money from the government on that, impossible. They gave it all a bunch of damn hillbillies. They gave it to Ellie Mae, Fannie Mae, Ginnie Mae, Freddie Mac, Uncle Jed. Okay, we'll just keep moving. That's all right. Oh, wow. Well, there's a couple things you need to know. First off, apparently they had over 500 little earthquakes in Oklahoma last year due to all the fracking that was going on out there, which surprised me until I realized that fracking is not a euphemism for anything. It's really just a way to get oil out of shale rock formation by injecting water into it. It's called fracking. And I'm just telling you that because you need to know that for this joke. Okay. Now, anybody here have a garden?
Sure.
Okay, sure we do, Bob. What the fuck? Yeah, sure we do. Okay. I've got a garden. I've been growing squash, and my squash is going great. 3 years in a row. Great squash crop, if you would. But I go to pick it, and it's gone. That happened 3 years in a row. Great squash, then it's gone. You know. So this year I said, no, I'm not putting up with that. I put a tent out in my garden, and I slept in it all through September. And this was last year, of course, all the way through September, up into October. About 3 in the morning, I hear this rustling in my garden. I get out of my tent, I look up, and there's Sasquatch. Sasquatch is in my squash. Sasquatch is eating my squash. I'm watching Sasquatch eat my squash. Found out something. Sasquatch won't eat squash until he washes it first. So now Sasquatch is washing my squash. I'm watching Sasquatch wash my squash. Because I want to know, how much squash would Sasquatch wash if Sasquatch would have washed squash? Well, we don't know. Because he got spooked away by some woodchucks. They were chucking wood at it. We don't know how much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. We don't know much squash. Sasquatch would wash it. Sasquatch wouldn't wash squash. But we do now know that woodchucks will chuck enough wood to spook Sasquatch off and wash the squash. So, we would get some woodchucks. There's no reason for that. I got some woodchucks from this company in Oklahoma. They're called Okie Woodchuck Company. They sent them to me. I got 10 of them out there. I'm going, this is okay. I can probably leave, go on a short vacation. I'm going for about 2 weeks. I come back, and I look at my garden. There's Sasquatch. He's washing and eating my squash. The woodchucks are there, but they're not chucking. They're fucking. I got a bunch of worthless, no good, non-chucking fucking woodchucks. It's like spring break for woodchucks out there. I call the Okie guys. I'm like, maybe your woodchucks, it's like spring break for woodchucks, and Sasquatch is washing my squash. He said, well, we'll come check that out for you. We're on the way. Yeah, but this did not go unnoticed by the academic community. Some guys came in from Texas A&M University, the agriculture department there, the Aggies from Texas A&M. They came in, checked out, they saw the woodchucks, they saw everything, they started freaking out over it. At that time, the guys showed up from Oklahoma. They looked around and said, well, I see your problem with the woodchucks and the Sasquatch, but you know, there's probably a well under here. So they started drilling for oil. So now the Okies are fracking, the garden is quaking, the Aggies are freaking, the woodchucks are fucking not chucking, and the Sasquatch is watching my squash. That's all I have to say about that. Let's see, we got this guy here. You know this guy? This is pictures of Amos here. I want to tell you what he's actually saying here. Actually, can you hear it? Here. This is what he's saying. Right here, he's saying, let's extra. Right here, what he's saying is, right here is, you can't give away half your shit 3 times. And over here, he's saying, I don't kill ye. I don't know what else to say about that. Okay, that's good. Oh, well, let's see. What do you guys want to do now? Oh, man. So it's Bardstown Road, 31E. Means 31 East. Doesn't go east, but it is east of 31W, which means 31 West. It doesn't go west of 31 East. So really, the reason people live here in Louisville is they drive in, they get lost, they got to buy a house, get the kids in school. Oh, man. Anybody take the Waterson recently? We can do it. We can pull out the Waterson jokes. You can hit people on the Waterson. I can't anymore. I'm not allowed to drive. But you can. You get out there in the morning during rush hour. That's what I used to do. Is people on the way to work, they got their coffee, their donut. Wish I didn't have to go to work. I wish I didn't have to go to work. I had 3 people. I'll go home and take a nap now. I don't care. I don't care. My car is Battle Car Galactica. Rust spots, jagged edges, piece of equipment hanging off of other cars I'm running to. Keep it there to remind the other motorists I've been in accidents before, I'll do it again. Somebody gets your way, give them that fake and go. Some guy tried to run me off the road in a Rolls Royce. Beautiful car. Got that hood ornament on the front. Looks like a guy wearing wings throwing up. A couple $100,000 with a bottle of view. Excuse me, I'm on my way, moron. It's like my car runs out of gas. I take the plates off and leave it. We don't have gray poupon. So I'm a bad driver. Quit driving more. Quit drinking driving. Quit driving because you can't drink and drive. You got to give up something. Thank you. Thank you. Make your choices in life, people. That's what it's all about. Oh, let's see. What else do we want to do here with this? I think I'm going to let you go, but I want to thank you for having me here, and I want to wish Amos feeling a whole lot better, man. I'm thinking this should be a pretty good narcotics windfall. I'm thinking if we're nice to him, it might be for all of us. Something to think about. Thanks for coming.
Come back, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for him. Every guy I know who sells his merch before the show. You having fun so far, guys? Okay. Great. Hey, you having fun so far? Oh, yeah. This is great, dude. And we're raising money for it. Okay, my favorite Amos joke ever. You know he was a cop? Everybody knows that? Did you not know that? Yeah, he was that guy was a real cop. Can you imagine? Yeah. The buzz you'd have getting pulled over by him. My God, man. His favorite joke, my favorite joke that he did was, yeah, so they put me on the drug bust team with they gave me a German Shepherd that sniffs cocaine. That cost me $100 a day. I know you're thinking the same thing. He told it a lot better. Okay, next guy coming up here. This is another one of my comedy heroes. And as a matter of fact, Keith, should I tell him what we did?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, me and this guy, I get a call from Keith McGill one day. Okay, we've been working together, what, 25 years or something. Calls me up, he goes, hey, I got this gig. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. It's a little weird. I said, what is it? He goes, it's at a nudist colony. I said, I'm fucking in. He goes, I knew I'd only have to make one phone call. And we drove up to this place in Michigan called, and I asked him, I said, listen, I said, is the crowd going to be all naked? He said, yes, everybody's going to be naked. I said, do we have to be naked? He said, no. Nobody's really done it naked. Some guys have done it in their underwear, some have done it with their shirt off. I said, I'll do it naked if you'll do it naked. He goes, I'll do it naked if you'll do it naked. And we went up there, we went on stage, buck ass naked, and told jokes at a nudist company. Can you move, clap, breathe, light a fart, pinch a nipple, something, grandpa? Come on. Help me out here, guys. Move a little. We're trying to do this. I'll give you my opening line. And I walked out, naked as hell in front of that whole crowd. I walked out, opened it for Keith. I walked out naked as hell. I said, man, this place is breezy. Give it up for Keith McGill, ladies and gentlemen. You're the funniest guy ever.
Here's why we naked guy. He didn't say this part. This is my favorite part of the whole thing. So we're in the locker room. He knows what I'm going to say. So we're in the locker room. He's like, okay, dude, here's the thing. We're going to be naked in front of each other. So let's just go ahead and look at each other's wieners. So it won't be weird. It wasn't until you said that. Just so you know, I'm Amos Chang's black friend. Yeah. Fortunately, I do comedy here. There'd be none of us. So these seats are actually reserved for all his other black friends. They couldn't make it because they don't exist. Quick facts about me. I do not Google because I cannot spell. You ever misspell something on Google? Make you feel like the biggest idiot in the world. Big blue italic letters. Did you mean Pacific Ocean? Maybe I was looking for one specific ocean, okay? You don't know me. I will cut you, Google. I'm not technological at all. I don't Twitter. Are you a Twitter? Do you Twitter, sir? Are you a Twitterer? You look at me like you don't know what Twitter is. Is that what the kids doing? Is that the Twitter? No, sir. That's a completely different word. It's not Twitter. I don't Twitter. I don't text because you can't. Look at this hand. You can't text with this hand. You can't. Look at this. It will cover. I might as well hit my keyboard with a hammer. You cannot text with it. I got in trouble texting. Right? So I'm texting my buddies, right? And it was one of those days, it was like 112 degrees or whatever. And I'm like, dude, it's hot AF. Now, if you don't know what AF is, ask a 17-year-old, I'll tell you. But the first word is ass. I think you guessed the other word. And my aunt is watching me text. She's like, what does that mean? AF. And I couldn't tell her what it really means, so I had to make something up. And fancy. So she thought I was texting my friends, dude, it is hot and fancy. That'll just work in any situation. Man, you are stupid and fancy. Dude, I am horny and fancy. That's working. I'm old, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm 53 years old, sir. Actually, I just turned 54. I don't even know how old I am. That's how old I am. I'm already doing old guy stuff. The other day, this kid's baseball landed in my yard. I kept it. Yeah, you should have seen me out there with black socks and flip-flops. You're not getting this back. You get off of my grass. He knows when old guys get mad, the madder they get, the higher their elbows get. What's wrong, Grandpa? I'm 75. When's Matlock coming? That is my grandfather, angry at elbows. It starts at 5 o'clock in the morning because old guys only sleep like 15 minutes at a time. He's up with the sun banging on my door. Why are you still in the bed? When I was your age, I'll get up, help my daddy in the field, go to school, help my mom in the kitchen. She might have cooking, oven. I'm hungry. He doesn't even know where he is. He does calisthenics, which is just exercises that old men make up. These aren't real things. He's standing in the corner, 5 o'clock in the morning, in the middle of the yard, going like this. I'm like, what is it? You don't know about this. You don't know about this. He's a southern fella. He's from the South. Riddle me this, Southern people. Why is it that the South is still reenacting the Civil War? Why is that? Why is it that people get up on Saturday morning to dress in gray and lose? Right? If I lived in Michigan, I would do that because they won. Right? If I lived in Michigan, I would just call people in the South randomly to brag about it. Hey, Alabama, we kicked your ass. Click. You know what I mean? I guess they figure they keep, reenacting. One Saturday they might win and slavery will come back. Yeah, win if you want to. I ain't picking shit. Q-tip lands on the floor. I'm leaving it down there. You see, because I'm not picking anything with cotton on it, sir. That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, no child left behind, sir. That's my motto. Can't remember anything. You get that place when you forget? Let's be fair. I can remember stuff that's not the important stuff. Right? Because they have been pushed out by shit that I held onto too long and now it's etched. Right? I don't know if my oven is on right now, but I can tell y'all a story about a man named Jed. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know where my car keys are, but I know who lives in a pineapple under the sea. It's SpongeBob SquarePants, sir. Again, some of these are going to fly. You got to catch them. Catch them when they get to you. 53 years old, 54, which means I have to pee right now. That's all the time. I had to check and make sure where the restroom is. Everywhere you go, now you have to. Okay, good, okay. Right, and they always try to trick you. Like here, it's pretty well marked. It says restroom, it's unisex, it says men, women. Sure. Sometimes you go to a restaurant or a place, whatever, you don't know what they mean by the signs on the door. I went to one of these little bars, right? It had XX on one door, XY on the other door, like chromosomes. I don't know which ones I had. I don't want to have to be a geneticist to pee. And then you get that all settled out, and then you have to dry your hands, and you got that conundrum because you don't know what kind of apparatus they'll have for you to dry your hands in the restroom. I like paper towels. Call me old-fashioned. Just a towel, a bunch of towels in a stack. You just pick them up, and you dry your hands, and you're done. But then they fancied that up because now you have to flick a button, and they come out. Okay, fair enough. But then they realize everybody's touching this machine. That's not very sanitary. What do they do now? You don't have to touch the machine. You just wave your hand under the machine like some kind of weird paper towel god. You're trying to, oh great bounty, Viva Scott, please bring forth the paper towel. Right? Or my favorite thing is when they don't have the paper towel machine because that's not good for the earth. Right? You're wasting paper. You need to save a tree. So what do they have? Just a little dryer. Right? And you have two brands of the dryer. Like one brand, it's like you just hit the button, right? And it's like an inferno. Right? You can see your skin while it's drying your hands. Like, why am I able to see my muscles? Number two, my favorite, is just like you hit the button and you just. Right? Nothing. Like you wish, finally you just leave, you wipe your hands on your pants, you walk out the door, you just give up. Give up. I'm not a drinker, I don't drink. Put that out there. All of my friends do, though. All of my friends drink, right? So you know what that makes me. Designated driver. And if I drunk ass is driving at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to find a Waffle House. Yeah. Have you ever been sober in a Waffle House? Yeah, exactly. I have been sober in a Waffle House. You're welcome. I can actually taste the food and see the woman bringing it to me. Okay, that's not right. I'm doing a good deed. I should not be punished for that. This is something I discovered last time I was in a Waffle House. You tell the waitress what you want, she tells the cook, but they don't use the same language you do. They have like a secret Waffle House code. I didn't notice that at first. I walked in, it was like, I would like pecan waffle and some cheese egg and some sausage patty. Slap his mom in the face, kick in the butt, and give us a roller skate. What the hell is that? You can turn that around, Rosarita, because I'm not eating it. All right? No, if I had to be designated driver, here's the deal. If I had to be designated driver, I have rules. Who tonight, clap your hands, who tonight is designated driver? Nobody. Okay, good deal. Okay, oh, Bob, put your hand up. No, if you are designated driver, here's my little tip for you. I have rules when I'm designated driver in my car. Rule number one, this is the most important rule. Everybody in the car buys 1 round of drinks, right? So if the 4 of you guys go out, that's 4 drinks, you get a little buzz, nobody gets crazy. It's my turn to buy a drink. I don't know how much a drink is. I don't drink. I figure a drink is like a Coke, like $1.50. Yeah, like we're partying at the Dollar Tree, you know? I put my $20 on the table like something happened. The woman's all, sir, this bill is $42. $42. Somebody ordered a glass of wine, costs $13. You can get 2 boxes of wine for $13. I don't have that kind of money, people. I'm a professional broke person. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I'm a professional broke person. Times get hard enough, you eat a mayonnaise sandwich. Right? And I'm not talking fancy mayonnaise, Rick. I'm talking that like deep south bullshit that they put in the bag. You know what I'm talking about. It's not even a real mayonnaise. They spell mayonnaise with a Z. You don't want that. You don't want that. How many people have had a mayonnaise sandwich? How many people? All right, these are my people. These are my people. Some of these fancy folks, I notice you're not clapping because you haven't been broke because you haven't had a mayonnaise sandwich. There's a lot of ways to be broke, sir. If you ever cut your hand trying to get the last scoop of peanut butter out of the bottom of the jar. See, look at the broke people. If you've ever bruised your palm trying to get the last little bit of lotion out of the bottom, you are broke. If you ever added water to any bottle containing a liquid to make that liquid last longer, you have been broke. Right? Ketchup, shampoo, Jim Beam, any of those. You didn't realize Scotch and water is financial plan, did you? You had no idea. I gotta do something. I gotta get a financial plan. I don't have a plan. Young lady right there. You, very beautiful young lady in the blue jean jacket. How old are you? 27. See, so young, so beautiful, so young. I'm twice as old as you. Right? Do you have like a 401k or whatever? You worked that out? No. You gotta get a 401k. I don't want you to end up like me. My 401k is a Powerball ticket.
You're doing better than me.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't hit it yet. My retirement plan is a slippery floor at the Walmart. I don't have a plan. I've got to work this out. I'm just going to throw this out here because why not? We seem all like fun people. And who are you going to tell? There's 7 of them. I'm gay. Boom! There it is. You didn't see that coming, did you? You had no idea that was coming. You know there'd be a large gay black man right in front of you. Boom! You're welcome. Nobody ever believes me when I say it. Nobody believes me when I say I'm gay. It's like, you're not gay. You didn't look gay. How are you supposed to look gay? Like I'm supposed to be standing up here in a feather boa and a thong. How do you? Right? It's not Thursday. Everybody knows Thursday is thong day. Look it up in the pamphlet. One of my buddies, he's cool with me being gay, but he's in the military. Actually, just retired from the military. And when they did that Don't Ask, Don't Tell, he was freaked out about that. I'm like, dude, why are you so freaked out about it? I don't understand. It's like, okay. when they repeal this don't ask, don't tell, okay, let's say that I'm in the shower, and there's some guy trying to look at my butt in the shower. They repeal don't ask, don't tell, it's open season on my butt. I'm like, dude, if you can't defend your own butt, maybe you shouldn't be trying to defend a whole country, all right? Safety begins at home, you know what I'm saying? First your butt, then Afghanistan. Baby steps. We can get married now, which is very cool. I think that's excellent. We can get married. Because I mean, my guy, we're not married. We're lazy. But we were together for like 26 years. That's like 182 in straight years. That's a long time. That's a lot of rings on the tree. And so people are like, when you guys gonna get married? I'm like, you know, I used to say, like, we will get married when my marriage counts as much as your marriage, and until my marriage is, you know, makes everything 50-50 with us, just like it does for you, we will not get married. Baby, I would marry you tomorrow. But these people are trying to keep us apart. Right, and now it's like, hey, you get married, it's completely legal. I'm like, shit. Dude, I had a thing, you're messing up the thing. I had a whole plan. No, we should do something. We should get married or something. You know, because I don't know. I don't know, you know, what I'm supposed to call it. Right? I mean, we started out with like, you know, we were like, you know, partner. That's what we are now, partner, but it sounds like we're in business. Right? Or playing tennis. You know, we started out with boyfriend, because that's what you do, right? Boyfriend. Because it's new, you always say boyfriend. But that was 26 years ago, right? I'm not a boy anything anymore. And now if you say man friend, it sounds like one of us rented the other one. That's weird. Like, this is James, my man friend. James, get the car. We're late for the cotillion. This is one of my favorite grandma stories. My grandmother met James at Thanksgiving. Why would that be pressure filled? No, because like everybody else that met him, she's the only one in the family who hadn't met him, right? My grandmother, super religious woman, super religious. She was with Moses telling him, no, baby, turn right. She was there. And so everybody, my mother was trying to butter her up, like, look, Keith is bringing his friend, okay? They're more than friends, I think you know what I'm talking about, but it's Thanksgiving, try to keep it together for a couple of hours. It's not any big deal, I don't want any trouble in my house, right? And I was 26, right? I was like 26, 27, I was ready. I was like, okay, I wish she would say something to me, old lady, because I'm coming for you, I am ready, I am proud, let's do it! Right? And so I come in the door, right? And the first thing she says, hey chicken, where's the rooster? I wasn't ready for that, right? I had my anger on, right? I was like, I'm not letting this go, lady. First of all, we're both roosters, there is no chicken, that's how this works. And by the way, how do you know I'm not the rooster? I could be the rooster. You don't know. Of course, after a couple of Mike's Heart lemonades, I'm the chicken. Because you know what I mean? You mix it up. I'm trying to keep the marriage together. I don't think I'm doing all the stuff gay people are supposed to do. I read the pamphlet, I'm missing some steps. Right, number one, I don't own one pair of booty shorts. Right off the bat, I'm in trouble. I think I lost a flag off my rainbow. Number two, I'm not a parade person. I'm not a parade. We got a big parade coming up this weekend, evidently. I'm as proud as the next brother. I would just like to be able to cross the street to the Speedway and get a Snickers. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's very selfish. Number three, and I feel bad about this, okay? I understand. Every once in a while I would sneak over to the Chick-fil-A. I know, you don't have to say anything, young people. I can taste the guilt with every waffle fry, okay? You know? I don't know why they make homophobia so crispy good, okay? Why does hatred have to be so moist and delicious? Can somebody tell me, please? Oh my God, you guys this is great. You guys, this is fun. You guys made me glad I quit school to do that. This is great. I still have student loans. 27, you still have student loans, Peter? Did you go to school? You know what school is? You ever been to school?
Yeah.
No, dude, you went to school without student loans? Good for you.
Barber.
You're a barber. Oh shit, that's not really a school. That's like a chair in your mom's house. That's not. Shit, I'm a barber. Look at this. No, good for you. You did a thing where you can pay it off as you go. That's good. I did not. I still owe $72,000. I'm still paying for spring break '86.
Right.
Some point I had a $3,000 pina colada. I don't know. Did you try to move and hope they wouldn't find you? You try that? Anybody ever try that with a student loan? They will hunt you down. It's like dog student loan bounty hunter. You know how they found Osama bin Laden? He had a student loan. Should have called that movie Zero Dark Sally Mae. That's what they should have. So usually this is the point of my show where I raise money for my student loan fund, but tonight, no, I'm raising money, but tonight I'm gonna give it to Amos. Amos needs some money to buy another black friend. So, you need a set, you know what I'm saying? Right now it's a little off. Me too. In case one can't show up. So like I said, normally I have every merchandise. I have like a t-shirt. If you feel like you might need a mayonnaise sandwich sometime this week, I got a t-shirt for sale. Let's go. It's a professional work person. If you feel like you're a professional work person, you can take my list. I also have a CD, also entitled Professional Work Person. If you want to buy these, whatever you want to donate, buy a t-shirt, I'll throw in a CD. I know you don't use CDs 27, okay, but maybe you can use this as like a coaster for your craft. Okay, maybe you can put your grapefruit shanty India Pale lager stout on this berry seasoned kale quinoa. But see, I have you. I got you covered now. You can do like the MP3 thing, so you can get this card, which I don't know how it works. Perhaps you can tell. No, you can download with this your access right onto your iThing. So, or you get, like I said, buddies. And you know, some of you, maybe lovely young lady. You know what? Look it up. Are you, young lady? Is she with you? Is that lady with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that mom?
Yeah.
Hey, mom. How you doing? Is Bob here?
Grandma.
Oh, grandma. Shut up. You look great. Is this grandpa?
Yeah.
You should dump him and get another guy.
He's scary.
Like you're dating Denver Pyle. Get you a man. You know what? You can start the fun tonight. Take a black man home with you. All right? If you swirl, I'll switch. Okay? Because you know what they say? Once you go black, you are out of the will. That's what they say. Thanks so much for coming to support us.
My God, he's been with this man 25 years, man. We've been doing comedy 26 years together, so we've been doing comedy like a year longer than he's been gay. How do you do that? That's the best damn joke I told all night. You having fun? Yes. Okay, your headliner tonight, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness, I can't tell you how much love and respect I have for this next guy coming up here. Talk about a teacher. This guy's a teacher, and he's a hard-ass teacher, but he's the best teacher ever. First time I ever did comedy with Mark, I was scared shitless because he's Mark Klein. And I go up, I was emceeing the show, I was a brand new MC, and I come up and he goes, listen, we're changing the show around. I want you to do 7.5 minutes up front, and then 7.5 minutes after the next guy, and da-da-da-da. I go, I don't have a watch. He goes, you're emceeing the show and you don't have a watch? What the hell's wrong with you? That was the first time I ever worked with him. Another time. Is it funny? Is it messing up? What? Oh, I don't. Yeah, I know. That totally confused me. I'm like, huh? He carries a watch. There's a watch nowadays. Except this fucking. Yeah, I couldn't want me to get that mustache shaved off. That's horrible. Got me out of it. I'm kidding. Anyway, one time, me and Mark, we did a ton of shows through the last, 26 years, and one time we did a dog track show in West Virginia, and we got snowed in. There was so much snow. We were forced to spend the night at the dog track in the jockey quarters. I'm not making this up. Mark, you remember this, right? We had no place to go. He parked his horse. It was actually a converted horse track. And he parked his car in the horse stall. And we had to stay in the jockey quarters. There were 2 single beds in there. One for me, one for him. And Mark, who's so not gay. Slept with all his clothes on in the bed. I mean, everybody just laid down like this. I'm over there. Anyway, are you ready? Yeah! This is it. This is it. Come on, give it up for one of my heroes. Give it up for Mark Klein, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is nice.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Rich. That is an honor indeed to be brought up. And you still have time to change before the end of the show.
Thanks.
So, good. Thank you all for coming to the dress rehearsal for the benefit for Amos Chang. So many of the comics up here and they have drinks in their hands, and I do not. My friends, some know this, some do not. I don't drink anymore. I've been drinking 6 years ago. And the people who don't know that always ask, did you have a problem? Did you have a problem? No, I didn't have a problem. I woke up one morning at a cheap motel in Colorado Springs with 2 Korean girls, a wagon of power painter, 4 gallons of baby oil, got a phone peach ass, thinking, by God, this is America. But that's not a problem. That wasn't the problem. No, it's just good to be here with you fine folks tonight. Good to be on dry land. I work cruise ships now, about 20 weeks out of the year. Just off of Carnival's newest ship, the morbid obesity. Very lovely ship. I work all kinds of ships. I'm on Holland America about 10 weeks a year. On the Holland America ship, I'm the youngest, hottest guy in the bar by 20 years. It's nice, I must say. And I am the oldest guy on the show tonight. You know, people, they see guys like Marty Polio and Bob Batch. I'm older than all those guys. My first comedy set list is on papyrus. It's in cuneiform. That's all right. That's all right. If you're on a cruise ship lately, what you might notice is, this amazed me when I started working these ships, all the cruise ship has become, it's a casino and shopping mall on the ocean. That's what they are. And what they sell is watches. Don't ask me why, they're crazy for watches. Every cruise ship got 100,000 watches for sale, and you go on shore and all the stores are watch stores as well. And because they have so many, they're rather aggressive in selling these watches. Man showed me a watch. He said, watch is water resistant to 10 atmospheres. I said, son, what's that mean in English? He said, it's waterproof to 300 feet underwater. I said, mister, I'm a middle-aged man from Louisville, Kentucky. If I'm 300 feet underwater, I ain't checking the time. It's a lot of fun. My ship I'm on, a lady who ran our gift shop was from Romania. And she had the most beautiful Eastern European accent you ever heard in your life. And she's a beautiful woman to go along with it. Came to the comedy show every night. Did not speak English all that well, but came to the comedy show every night. She'd bring customers to come see the show. They have a good time, go to the shop the next day, they sell more things. My wife joins me on the ship the next week. She wanted to tell my wife how much she enjoyed my act. What she meant to say was, I enjoyed your husband's act best of all. What came out in that beautiful Romanian accent sounded like this. Your husband, pleasure to me as no other man. My wife goes, are you talking about him? She goes, yes, when he finished, I have tears in my eyes. My wife goes, yeah, that's him, all right, that's my guy. A lot of us comics are married. People ask me, does your wife think you're funny? I say, oh yeah, she thinks I'm funny. I say, honey, you want to fool around? She laughs. She just laughs. We all travel for a living. Rich has some stories about us working together. We all travel for a living. Bob and I have been to probably 30 states doing shows. The rest of these guys as well. I like traveling. You see things that will just amaze you. On Interstate 75, 10 miles south of Gainesville, Florida, is a small town called Micanopy, Florida. And it is famous among travelers for a restaurant. A restaurant called Cafe Risque.
a 24-hour topless truck stop bar and grill. 24-hour Central Florida topless bar and grill, and they have, so help me God, an early bird special and a children's menu. Let the world amaze you. In Clarksville, Tennessee, on Fort Campbell Boulevard, overlooking Fort Campbell, you will find the Skyway Motel. Family-owned business. The Patels own it. They are originally from the Indian subcontinent. They now reside in Clarksville. Lovely people. They're the purveyors of the world's smallest individually wrapped portion of motel soap. You can wash your face or your dick, but not both. Ten miles south of Cincinnati on I-75. This exit for Big Bone Lick State Park. You bet your ass I pulled over to check that out. I had my pants down there that exit ramp. But he said, no, Mr. Klein, Big Bone Lick is a tourist attraction. I said, no shit. Guess what? So is this. And every state you go to has a sign like that, blowing off North Carolina. It's there. There's an Intercourse, Pennsylvania. It's there. There's a Climax, Michigan. I went there. I got there too soon. It's just all part of the deal. We travel. It's what we do. I go to Las Vegas about 6 weeks a year. You guys go to Las Vegas? Where do you stay? Favorite hotel? Whatever's cheapest hotel? On the Strip? You stay on the Strip? I'm old school downtown Las Vegas. The Plaza Hotel. I love the Plaza. Built by the Union Pacific Railroad. It used to be called the Union Plaza Hotel. It's at the foot of Fremont Street. Very old school property. They have an Elvis Presley slot machine in the lobby. When you get a jackpot, Elvis sings a song to you from the machine. Plus, you wouldn't play it for 8 hours. That's the latest thing that made quarters up my ass. I'll sing Mount Up to you. I love it out there. I'm walking on Fremont Street. I find myself in front of a classic Las Vegas business, the Glitter Gulch Gentlemen's Club. Now, we do in fact have some young ladies here tonight who may not be familiar with the inner workings of a gentleman's club. And how do you describe such an establishment in terms that do not give undue offense? It's a dance club where the loveliest ladies in Clark County, Nevada perform interpretive dance to contemporary music. It is much like ballet. And as in ballet, our performers have a bar they can hold on to. So too the Glitter Gulch is equipped with a bar, a vertically installed brass pole that our dancers can cling to should they lose their balance. And as Las Vegas being in the desert, it's very hot out there, so our performers chance to overheat during the course of their performance. They're encouraged to remove encumbering items of unnecessary garmentry, which fall to the floor. Not infrequently, they're given money to cover the cost of dry cleaning. And as they often do in Las Vegas, they put someone on a bar stool in front of the club to talk to you as you walk by. And as I walk by, I'm wearing a coat and tie doing a show at the Plaza. There's a young lady about a half my age sitting on the bar stool, pretty as she can be. She is rather scantily clad. They put more cotton than the top of an aspirin bottle than what these girls have on, but nevertheless, she's on her stool. As I walk by, she says to me, "I like your tie." I said, "Excuse me." She said, "I like your tie." I said, "Are you flirting with me?" She said, "Yes, I am." I said, "Young lady, I'm a middle-aged man from Louisville, Kentucky. You want to get my full attention, do not discuss my health. You want my full attention? Give me a $3 off coupon for Metamucil." Now you got my attention. Want my attention? Tell me when Antiques Roadshow comes on. She says, "Well, I happen to work at this club. Come back and see the show." I said, "I'd love to see the show. I'm sure it's a great show. I'm a comic at the Plaza Hotel. I have 3 shows myself tonight." She said, "What time do you get off?" I said, "I get off at 2 o'clock in the morning." She said, "I get off at 2 o'clock in the morning. Come by 2:15, take me to breakfast. We'll go get a couple drinks, like late night club, go back." I said, "Whoa, slow down, young lady. Number one, you're half my age. It's not appropriate at all. More importantly, I'm a married man. I probably shouldn't do something like that." And then she says, "Well, how married are you?" Really? How married am I? Well, now let me think. I'm flat broken. I've lost the will to live. You tell me. We tell jokes to each other. That's what we do. We joke. For you may or may not know, I'm Amos's Jewish friend. Having a black friend like Keith McGill, of course, he needed a Jewish friend, like a lawyer for the black people he arrested. So that's how we tell jokes. And everybody has a favorite Amos joke. This is my favorite Amos joke. Amos told me this joke. I asked his permission. I put that in my show. He said, yes, you can. It's a very, very funny joke. It sometimes does not get the laugh it deserves because it has a cultural context and a chronological context, an age-related context. But this audience, as I observe you, I think you are of an age you will get this joke. My favorite Amos joke. National Institute for Health Laboratory, 2 rabbits are talking. One rabbit says to the other one, I can't take it anymore. I'm busting out tonight. The experiments, the needle, I can't take it. I'm leaving tonight. I figured out a way to escape. Do you want to go with me? The second rabbit goes, sure, I'll go with you. I'm tired of this place too. The sun goes down. They find their way out. They break out. First rabbit says to his second rabbit, I can take you someplace. I remember when I was a free rabbit. You're going to love this place. A field full of baby carrots. And they dig and eat carrots. He says, don't fill up. There's more to come. Next field over, full of baby lettuce. They nibble lettuce for hours. He said, don't fill up. There's more to come. Take to a third field. It's got many, many lady rabbits in it. And they do what rabbits will do when they are of a mood. And when are they not? And the sun comes up the next morning, finds our 2 rabbits at the edge of the field, lying on their backs, bloated, sated, satisfied in every way an animal can be made happy. First rabbit says, second rabbit, tonight's going to be even better. I remember even more places from when I was free. Third rabbit goes, look, I'm not going, I'm going back to the lab. He said, what? I'm going back to the lab. Are you crazy? Look, the carrots were great and the lettuce was great. The lady rabbits were really great. But I got to tell you, I'm dying for a cigarette. Every comic has favorite jokes and categories. I love jokes about old people. 85-year-old man goes to his doctor for a complete physical examination. He's very hard of hearing, but his wife back in the office too. The doctor says, Mr. Smith, you're 85. Need a sample of your blood, your semen, and your stool. Says his wife, what did he say? She said, give me your underwear. 85-year-old man goes to his doctor. Mr. Smith, what's new? Well, doctor, you're not going to believe this. I got married 3 weeks ago. You got married? I got married 3 weeks ago. Who'd you marry? Married a 25-year-old woman I met about 4 months ago. Well, Mr. Smith, how's that going? Well, doc, we're like newlyweds. We're like honeymooners. We have sex 3 times a day, every day. Mr. Smith, that's wonderful, but as your medical professional, I am obligated to tell you, I must warn you, sex like that can kill a person. Doc, if she dies, she dies. 2 85-year-old women are smoking cigarettes outside their nursing home, and it begins to rain. One of them pulls out a condom and puts it on her cigarette. Friend goes, what are you doing? She goes, look, cigarettes are very expensive. They don't let us smoke inside. The rain will ruin the cigarette. This keeps your expensive cigarettes from getting longer. What's that thing called? It's called a condom. Where do you get those? Get them at the drugstore. They got plenty of them. Next morning, she's out of bed at 7 o'clock, goes to Walgreens, goes up to the pharmacist. I wanted to buy a condom. She's 85. What's he going to say? He said, what brand do you want? She goes, I don't care what brand, as long as it fits a camel. I love jokes. All the comics that know me, I'm a sucker for jokes. I love street, we call them street jokes, just plain jokes. I love them. I know 1,000 street jokes. Why did Mozart hate chickens? Why did Mozart hate chickens? All day long, bok, 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 bok. Little boy sitting on the street corner eating candy bars. It's candy bar number 1. Takes a bite of number 2. Goes on number 3. Unwraps number 4. Starts on candy bar number 5. Candy bar number 6 goes down. Starts unwrapping and eating candy bar number 7. 85-year-old man watches. Goes, little boy, ought you not be that many candy bars? Little boy said, mister, I'd have grandpa leave me 105 years old. Eating candy bars? No, minding his own fucking business. This next joke has the greatest opening line of any joke that I know. A man brings an octopus into a bar. Now that right there is pretty funny. To anyone who will listen, he says, the octopus is a musical genius. He plays any instrument in the world. In the world. Nobody believes this. You give him a guitar, plays a guitar like Jimi Hendrix. Give him a violin like Jascha Heifetz up there. You show him the piano. The piano's got 8 arms. He plays the piano. Plays an etude by Chopin. Playing guy says, wait here, goes to his car, comes again, brings in a set of bagpipes, puts it down. What's that? Owner goes, well, are you going to play that or not? Octopus says, play it. He has pajamas off, I'm going to fuck it. This next joke is Amos's favorite Pope joke. Now, every comic knows Pope jokes. Is it Amos's favorite Pope joke? Lady goes to her hairdresser. What are you doing this summer? The hairdresser asks. And he says, well, we're going to Italy. Italy, you're going to hate Italy. It's dirty, it's crowded, people are rude. Italy's the worst country in Europe. What are you going there for? We're going to Italy. How you getting there? Alitalia, worst airline in the sky. They're always late, they're overbooked, they're going to bump you off. The food's terrible. You're going to hate it, the airline. Where are you staying? We're staying at the Venuta Hotel. The Venuta Hotel, it's 120 years old. It's a wreck, it's a dump. They should have torn it down after World War II. No one stays at the Venuta. What do you do when you get there? We're going to try to see the Pope. Nobody sees the Pope. You'll never get to see the Pope. You're kidding? 1 million people try to see. You're never going to see the Pope. That's what we're going to do this summer. 6 weeks later, she comes back in the beauty shop. Sits down in the chair. Well, how was your vacation? How was the airline? Well, you were right. Alitalia, they did bump us up. They bumped us up to first class, in fact. They gave us the best food I've ever had in my life, including on land, on this airline. Unbelievable. How was the hotel? The Venuto's 150 years old. They redid the whole thing. Marble countertops, beautiful carpeting, new paint, gorgeous rooms, everything supersized. The best hotel in Europe. Did you go to see the Pope? We went to see the Pope. We spoke to the Pope. You spoke. We spoke. How did you speak to the Pope? Well, once every month, His Holiness comes down off the lobby into the square at St. Peter's and walks among the people, and he came right up to us. And when he came to us, we bent over and we kissed his ring, and he spoke to us. What did he say? He said, "Who fucked up your hair?" It's the greatest culture. Now, along with Pope jokes, most comics know a parrot joke. And this next joke is my favorite parrot joke. John Penny, comic, who many of the guys in the back, they all know John Penny, told me this joke. I used to have this joke in every show that I did. I did it on a cruise ship about 2 months ago, and this joke never gets the laugh it deserves, but it always gets a laugh. This particular time, it got nothing, and I mean nothing. You could hear a career drop. It was quiet. And then that makes me nervous, because I don't want to tell a joke that doesn't work. So I wanted to test the joke. I did not want to drop the joke off at the abandoned joke shelter, because who knows if someone will pick it up, it will kill it. You don't know. So I revamped it, and I want to try this joke on you. And I think this is a perfect mix of comics, inside baseball guys, and civilians. People tell me this joke should stay in the show. A lady walks by a pet store on the way to work every day, and one day there's a new parrot in the window. And the parrot says, "Hey lady." She said, "What?" The parrot says, "Come." She walks over, "What do you want?" The parrot says, "You are the ugliest woman I've ever seen." She can't believe what she's just heard. She cannot believe her ears. She walks off. She's as mad as she could possibly be. Next morning, she's walking to work. The parrot is in the window. The parrot says, "Hey, lady." She says, "What?" The parrot says, "Come." She walks over. "What do you want?" The parrot says, "Lady, I'm 125 years old. I stand here all day. I watch 1,000 people walk by, and you are the ugliest bitch I've ever seen." She's not going to hear it again. She's not going to hear it again. She walks in the store. Now she's mad. She's hyper mad. She slams hand on the counter and walks to the owner, walks up to the manager. They both come out. She gives them till hell won't hear it anymore. I want that problem taken care of. I'll see you out of business. They say, "Lady, we'll take care of it." Next morning she's walking to work. The parrot is in the window. The parrot says, "Hey, lady." She says, "What?" The parrot says, "Come." She walks in. "Well, what do you want?" The parrot says, "You know." Lady walks into an ice cream store. This is the first dirty joke I've ever heard. Lady walks into an ice cream store. She says, I want some chocolate ice cream. I said, lady, we don't have any chocolate ice cream. Then I'll have some chocolate ice cream. Lady, we don't have chocolate. Well, I think I'll have some chocolate ice cream. I said, lady, can you spell the van in vanilla? Well, of course, V-A-N. Can you spell the straw in strawberry? Well, certainly, S-T-R-A-W. Can you spell the fuck in chocolate? Well, there is no fuck in chocolate. That's what I'm telling you. There's no Three men in a bar arguing who has the biggest penis. Three men in a bar arguing who has the biggest penis. Bartenders can't believe you got to hear this because, fellas, we've been talking about this for an hour. I've got nobody else in this joint. If you're men, you settle this argument like men. You take out your dicks, put it on the bar, I'll get a ruler, we'll measure, then we're going to know. They're men. They got 3 dicks on the bar. Door to the bar swings open. Walks to a gay guy. Bartender says, what do you have, pal? He said, forget the drinks, I'll have the buffet. I love jokes. A couple things about our fundraising tonight, and this is important. Usually, I partner with a national charity every year at a community give back program, and my national charity partner this year is the Susan G. Komen Foundation for Breast Cancer Research, with a program that the club tracks is called Hug Me for the Cure. For everybody that hugs me on the way out after the show, I would donate $1 of my weekly proceeds to the Komen Foundation. Stepping up from that, we have something called Kiss Me for the Cure. It's available only to the women in the audience tonight. For every woman that kisses me after the show, I donate between $5 and $25 to the Komen Foundation, depending on the nature, duration, and intent of the kissing. So, stepping up from that, we have, of course, Blow Me for the Cure. This will put you at the platinum level. Thus far this year, we've raised $0. On that scale, we will donate all that money to Amos tonight, of course, as you know. Amos is one of my dearest comedy friends for many, many years. We've made many road trips out. We traveled together when he was a bookie. You may or may not know, Amos used to run a bookmaking operation. Not quite on the right side of the law at the time. This was so many years ago, he would travel on a Sunday back from the gig. We'd have the radio on, the AM radio. We'd listen to football games to get the scores to see who we had to pay off. And it would never fail. Somebody would fumble, and on the AM static would come across, and we'd go through a tunnel or something, and he wouldn't be able to find it. It drive him absolutely crazy. It was just hilarious. We had a lot of adventures on the road together. We trade jokes back and forth in the car. So I'm going to tell you, he also, doesn't relate to anything comedic, he met my father before my dad passed away. Amos been my dad for about 20 years, and loved my old man. And so I would tell Amos my father's favorite jokes. So, here's some of my father's favorite jokes. Okay. Man goes bear hunting for the first time in his life. And he asked the guide, how do you do this? It was very simple. You go to the hunting blind, and you'll take a shotgun out there that will give you, and there's a bush out there. It's where the bears hang out. Some ears will pop up. Aim the gun between the ears, pull the trigger, shoot yourself a bear. Guy gets a gun, goes to the hunting blind, waits for hours. Finally, the bush begins to shake. It's very exciting. Some ears pop up. Aims the gun between the ears, pulls the trigger, boom! Comes out to look down behind the bush. There's nothing there. There's a tap on his shoulder. Turns around, there's this huge whistle. There goes. Did you just try to shoot me? Guy goes, well, yeah, I'm on a bear hunt. You're a bear, and I tried to shoot you. Yeah, I did. Bear goes, can't have it, can't have it. This is bad for bears. It's going to give you a choice, which you did not give me. I can kill you and eat you, which I got every right to do, or I get to have sex with you. What kind of choice is that? The guy drops his pants. The bear mounts him from behind, as presumably a bear would, and gives him a vicious earth sign. Anal reading. Just a earth sign, you know that earth sign. Now the guy's a little pissed. He goes to the hunting place the next day, gets a bigger gun, goes out to the hunting blind, waits all day, finally the bush begins to shake, ears pop up, aims the gun between the ears, pulls the trigger, boom! Goes out and looks down behind the bush. Nothing there. Feels a tap on his shoulder. Turns around, there's the bear. The bear goes, aren't you the same guy from yesterday? I go, yeah, Mr. Bear, that was me yesterday, it's me again today. I'm trying to shoot a bear and you're a bear. Yep, it was. Bear goes, can't have it, can't have it. Same from yesterday. I kill you and eat you, I get to have sex with you. This time the bear is merciless. This goes on for hours with clawing and ripping and screaming and thrusting and grinding. And now the guy's furious. He goes back the next day, gets the biggest gun they have. Sits behind the hunting blind, waits for hours. Finally the bush begins to shake. The ears pop up. Aims his huge gun between the arrows, pulls the trigger, boom! Looks behind the bush. Nothing there. He feels a tap on his shoulder. Turns around. There's the bear. The bear goes, you're not here for the hunting, are you? Couple driving down the highway, they see what they think is a wounded kitten at the side of the road. They pull over. It is not a kitten. It is a skunk, but it is wounded nevertheless. The man says to his wife, well, let's get that thing in the car, we'll take it home, take it to the vet tomorrow, get it healed up. She goes, you crazy? It's a skunk, you out of your mind? She goes, I don't care what it is, one of God's creatures and it's hurt. We're going to see it made well. Get in the car, put the skunk in your lap and drive it home. She says, what about the terrible smell? She says, don't worry, he'll get used to it. It's a terrible joke. Tell you one more. One of the things that Amos admired about my dad. And my dad loved Amos. He always asked about the comics in the house. Bob, how the guys were. He asked about Amos. What the guys always asked about. My dad was a Purple Heart decorated veteran of World War II. He fought in Tinian Saipan, South Pacific Theater. They teach your children in school that World War II ended in 1945 in the deck of the USS Missouri. A battleship in Tokyo Bay of the Imperial Japanese government of Emperor Hirohito surrendered to American generals MacArthur and Wainwright. It's not exactly true. World War II ended in 1996 when my father bought a Toyota. My father's favorite World War II story. It's a true story. He was on the island of Tinian to build a field hospital. And I know this was true because I asked people in his Army Bomber Wing reunion about this, and they said it's a true story. So he's building field hospitals with his men on the island of Tinian, just him and his men out there for about 10 months. Finally, the hospitals are complete, and because they're ready to welcome the Army Corps of Nurses to the hospital, General Curtis LeMay, who was the Army Air Theater commander at that time, Army Air Corps, flies in to welcome the Corps of Nurses. My father hears nurses coming on the island. He steals a Jeep and goes down to meet the LST coming in to bring this nursing corps in. LST pulls up, and the nurses march off led by their colonel, a full-bird female colonel, which in 1945, unheard of. The full-bird lady colonel marches these nurses off, and she snaps off the salute. General May salutes her back. He says, welcome to the island of Tinian, Colonel. I want you to know, I want you to keep an eye on these girls. Keep an eye on your girls. The men on this island have not seen a woman in almost a year. She says, don't worry, General, my girls have it up here. I said, Colonel, I don't care where they have it, these boys will find it. I'm going to close with my father's all-time favorite joke. And I think this is Amos's favorite joke out of my show. I have a favorite joke that he tells, and this is his favorite joke that I tell. Hotel bar, Las Vegas, Nevada. 90-year-old man at one end, gorgeous young woman at the other end. He approached her. What does he have to lose? He says, young lady, clearly I'm at the end of my journey, but you're at the beginning of yours, and I'll tell you something. I would give all that I have remaining to me to spend just one night again with a woman like you. She says, mister, I live here in Las Vegas. What I do for a living is make men happy in the bedroom. And for $1,000, you can spend a night with me. He figures, what the hell, it's good enough for the governor of New York, it's good enough for me. So they go up to his room, grab her clothes, get in bed, do 25 minutes of Who Laid the Rail. They get all cleaned up, and she goes, well. And the old man goes, I don't know. Because you don't know. Mister, get back in there. Round 2, 45 minutes, 45 minutes. And there's whining and thrashing and moaning and groaning and pawing and clawing. The sheets are shredded, the pillow is torn, the lamp is knocked off the nightstand. 45 minutes of incredible human, physical passion. They get all cleaned up and she goes, well. And the old man goes, I don't know. She cannot believe her ears. You don't know. Get back in there. Round 3, an hour. He's 90, an hour. This time there's human passion. This time there's human emotion. This time names are screamed out. This time the ceiling tiles came in. The carpet is shredded. The door's knocked out of its hinges. An hour of this goes by. They get all cleaned up and she goes, well. And the old man goes, I don't know. She goes, what? What don't you know? He says, I don't know where I'm going to get $1,000. We're here for a great cause and a great first step. I hope we don't ever need more of these, but I hope when we do, it goes off as well as this one's gone off. So thank you all for putting it together.
Nice try, Mark. Give it up for Mark Klein, my man right there. Give it up for all the comments you saw tonight, guys. Come on, give it up. Give it up for Amos. We're going to go down there, throw back some hash in the bowl. Thank you so much for coming out. We're going to do some pictures and stuff and stay, have drinks and all that good stuff. Thank you. Good night.